Hi everyone, I thought I'd come on and do my first video. I did ask Facebook people who followed me to ask me some questions about my health conditions, and surprisingly nobody asked any questions. So luckily for me, I follow people on YouTube and Instagram myself that have the same issues as me. And one of the things that's really good about that is they give you challenges to do. And one of the things that I found was somebody had a challenge where they had to answer as many questions out of 30 in a YouTube video or on a posting or whatever. So I'm going to start with that because nobody asked any questions on Facebook. So the first question was, what type of EDS do I have? I have hypermobility type of EDS. I was told by the rheumatologist that diagnosed me that I do have some signs of classical type, but due to him being a rheumatologist, he couldn't diagnose me with that, and so diagnosed me with HEDS instead. When was I diagnosed? I was diagnosed just after the new criteria came out in 2017, so about 3 years ago. I'm 37 now, so I was 34 when I got diagnosed, so it's quite late in life to be diagnosed, but because I'm part of the new criteria, then, I went by that scale and it was definite that I had it. I'd already been told I was hypermobile by physio, so it didn't come as a big shock to me, but it was good to know what was going on and why I was in so much pain and discomfort. How mobile am I? Hypermobility and EDS is basically based on a scale called the Baton scale. Obviously, you have to have certain criteria as well to fit the EDS spectrum. However, I am hypermobile from head to toe, and I have a Baton scale of 9/9, and the Baton scale is based on how you can do certain things. So if your elbows sublux or your fingers sublux, or you can get your pinky finger to go 90 degrees or more on your fingers, each arm and each leg is classed as a point. So for whatever things that you can do, the Baton goes up to 9, and mine was 9/9. How stretchy am I? I'm quite stretchy. I'm thinking this is going towards the skin issue of things, but I'm quite stretchy. So I have like stretchy neck. I'll try and do my arm, stretchy arms. So yeah, I'm quite stretchy. Mobility aids. Some people with the HEDS and some people with EDS do not need to use mobility aids. I, for one, do have to use mobility aids, and I use 2 smart crutches and splints for my wrists, knees, ankles, shoulder, fingers. I'm trying to find one for my hips, so if anybody knows of any splints that are good for hips, please comment below. I am in the UK, so please be nice. Pain management. I have a pill box that has all my pills in it. I currently have trouble swallowing these pills, and I have, because of my gastro issues, and a lot of them don't dissolve in my stomach, they dissolve in my throat, which causes my reflux to be worse and causes powder to shoot back out of my mouth again from the capsules. My kids think this is really funny, but it's actually really dangerous. But I'm on average on an average day, I'm on between 17 and 18 tablets a day for pain management and my other health conditions. What is my normal? My normal is I get up. It takes me about maybe 45 minutes to maybe up to 2 hours just to get out of bed, depending on what day of the week it is. I try and get up a little bit quicker when the kids are at school and my brother's at work. But I sit elevated because of my gastro issues. So I have a bed that elevates and helps me in a sit-up position. But sometimes, especially if my shoulder's bad, my brother has to help me get out of bed, which is a bit of a nightmare, but it helps. It takes me that. And then if it's school day, then I come down and see the children getting ready for school, and then they go off to school. And then I sit in my house majority of the time. So that's why I've started this blog, because I want to try and do something positive with my time rather than sitting here and dwelling in my own stupor of health issues. So yeah. But my normal is usually I spend a lot of the time asleep because of pain and because of medication that I'm on. Worst doctor's experience. All my doctor's experiences are really bad. I have a heart issue, so going to the A&E department, they usually send me away with, why did you come here? You shouldn't have been here. Your tests are all fine. You're probably just anxious, or it's probably just your reflux. And they make me feel about this big. I actually got asked once before when I got admitted to hospital why I was even there. Because all my tests were okay, but I was still having severe chest pains. And the doctor or the nurse on the ward actually asked me why I was there. So yeah, I don't like hospitals. I actually went about 17 plus hours once with chest pain and tachycardia because I just did not want to go to the hospital. They make my anxiety so much worse. My best doctor's experience was probably when I got diagnosed with Ehlers danlos, because at least I had an answer for why I was subluxing and dislocating my shoulder and my joints, and why I was in so much pain all the time. So that was probably my best doctor's experience. What's my support system like? I don't have a great deal of support. I have the odd doctor that will take time to listen to me and actually understand where I'm coming from. So that's also good. Not very often, but that's good. I have my brother who I live with, who takes care of me and helps me do things around the house and helps me with the kids and stuff. Leaves out my tablets on a daily basis, gives me bottles of water to drink. Not that I drink much because I can't, and leaves food out for me so that I don't have to sit and make food for myself. Not that I eat much either, but anyway, and then I have my mom who rings me pretty much on a daily basis. So, and I have one or two friends that might actually come on Facebook or WhatsApp and message me and ask me if I'm okay. But apart from that, I don't really have a good support system. Just them few things, them few people. What's the worst part of EDS? The pain. The pain is excruciating at times, especially if you've got a dislocation. One thing that it's taken from me, my independence. I used to be so outgoing and so fun, and I used to do a lot of things, and I used to sing and everything. And now I can't do any of that because my reflux has made my voice so bad, and I can't leave the house without somebody being with me unless I really, really have to get to an appointment, and my brother can't take the time off. And then most of the time I'll try and get a taxi. So I get other people to take me places. I just can't go out alone. So independence, that's what it's taken from me. What has it given me? EDS has given me the ability to appreciate the smallest things in life. So having a good day. So maybe possibly being able to take my tablets without choking on them. That would be an appreciation of that, because majority of the days they get stuck. So appreciating the smallest things in life that most people take for granted. Something I wish people understood. I wish people understood that not all illnesses and disabilities are visible. I have been looked at so many times when I've been stood at the disabled toilet, or, just been out and about thinking, why does she need them crutches? Or, why is she wearing the splint? And I'd rather people ask questions about this rather than just give you that look. And I've had my son has a kidney condition, and he has to use the bathroom when he needs to go. Otherwise it can cause his kidneys to be really bad. And we have a radar key for him. And we have actually had funny looks using the toilet for the disability people because of that. So yeah, I think people need to be more aware that not all disabilities are visible. If I could rid one thing about EDS, what would it be? Pain. I would try and get rid of pain, but unfortunately with dislocations and subluxations, you have to deal with pain. So, but if I could get rid of it, I would. And it's very hard to control as well with medication. One person I'm grateful for. This is a difficult question because obviously you say one person and then everybody else that supports you gets offended. But I'm grateful for everybody that supports me, even though it's only a few people. But the one person I'm very grateful for is my brother, because he does so much for me. And I'd be totally lost without him. I wouldn't be able to get to appointments properly without him. And he's just my rock. I just love the way he supports me. And he puts up with so much crap from me as well. So I love him for that. Scariest part of the future with EDS. I would probably say the scariest part is, especially if I need to go out to an appointment, or being in the house alone, is if I was to fall and break something or dislocate something and not be able to get it back in place, or cry out for help, or get help. That's probably my biggest fear. And what does awareness mean to me? This is what awareness means to me. I'm on here. I'm answering questions about EDS. This is just a small snippet about how things affect me. And it's very quick. I apologize if I'm just rambling and you can't understand. But I will go into more detail about EDS and other things that I have going on in more detail later. But this is what awareness is. I'm making you all aware about what EDS is, and it means so much for people to understand it, because there's very little known about it. And there's like 17 different types. At one point, there used to be only like 7 or 8 different types. There's now 17 different types of EDS. And majority of them can be checked by a simple blood test, but hypermobility type cannot. And there is no cure for any of them. So awareness means like this. I am doing vlogs so you can be aware of how my illnesses affect me, how the illnesses affect my family, how their illnesses affect them. And yeah, so I hope I'm bringing awareness, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe below, and you can keep on top of everything that we're doing and follow my journey. So I hope you enjoy this video, and yeah, subscribe. Thank you. Bye.